Now, it's been a hot minute since the last time that we played, since I was moving, so I'm gonna have to refamiliarize myself with how to play, but here is where we are as far as I can recall. So right now we've got 2 security posts here with Fleet Group Trainee and Helios Gamma. We've also got Fleet Group Pogo up in Helios Delta right here. And more importantly, we have now reacquired BSG-75 with Silas Nash in it. That means that we actually have the Jupiter-class Galactica on our side. So right now I've kind of retooled things a little bit. We've got, of course, Damon Greeley in Fleet Group Daedalus. He's all good to go. We've got Fleet Group Wanderer. I've actually moved a Jupiter-class Battlestar out here, and she's now set up in her flagship, the Kure. Currently, we have a small Cylon fleet out this way, and they're, I think, about 2,000 points strength. Yeah, we've got 2,000 fleet strength. Helios Alpha has a monstrous amount of firepower. Cylon Fleet 183 at 6,750. We got another set at 4,000 right here. So I'm glad that they're a little bit split. I would like to engage in this optional objective. This is the main one, which I think is getting close to the end, if not the end. And I would like to do this because I would like to reinforce some of our fleets, and this actually gives us a free Atlas carrier.
A high-level Leonis diplomat has been ambushed by monotheist sympathizers and requires extraction.
Diplomatic agent under fire on station at Leonis. We get Tilium, we get requisition, and more importantly, we get that Atlas carrier, and that's going to be really nice to have as we relocate. So I'm going to go ahead and get the Daedalus. I would like to move to a central location where we can respond in either direction. So we're going to go ahead and jump right on over to Gnosis. So there it is. We still have a decent amount of Tilium, so we can make these jumps no problem. We can kind of, I guess, I don't know if I'd say christen, but, you know, get a little more experience under Silas Nash's belt, and we can move him over to this 4,000 point fleet out this way. So he's going to jump on over and try to contest that zone. In the meantime, I'm going to have Fleet Group Wanderer jump on up over to Gnosis as well, and we're going to do the same along with Fleet Group Security, and they're going to jump right on in alongside all of us, and that's because I'd also like to get an attack going on the optional objective. We'll go in and grab Fleet Group Trainee, and we're going to go in and contest this 2,000 point fleet right here. If we can catch them out, we might be able to just auto-resolve that and just be done with it. So let's go in and end the turn.
Detected a Cylon.
Whoa, that's a lot of new jumps. That's a lot of new jumps, and there it is. There are multiple fleets located at Gnosis. Which fleet should commit to the battle? 1,800 point fleet. I mean, I guess Fleet Group Wanderer, yeah. Auto-resolve, chance to win, 100%. Chance of casualties, 0% on Fleet Group Trainee. Absolutely auto-resolve that. There it is. That's going to be great. I'm curious if he gets experience still.
Battlestar group is engaging hostiles.
And out, Battle of Zeus. So we're coming on in. I think this is the 4,000 pointer. So let's do it. So this has the actual Battlestar Galactica in it under Silas Nash and his newly reinforced BSG-75 battle group. So where are the Dreadus contacts? There we go. So they're off on our right flank. Definitely want a little bit of time to turn into them. So let's get our Jupiter. We're going to stay low. And I just want to make sure that everything's set up, so they don't even have Viper Mark IIs yet. So let's go in and get these all adjusted. We've got our Raptor as well. I noticed we've got the Sweeper, but haven't really involved myself in that yet. Very cool. Everything's unlocked. That is so cool. I mean, I guess it would be nice to have the guided missiles. What else can carry? They've got 2 Corvettes. We're coming in with the nukes. We might as well go hard with the nukes on the Corvettes. That'll be their standard. And then on the Atlas carrier, we already have the Viper Mark IIs. We've got the Raptor. That's great. This Artemis needs to get Viper Mark IIs as well. And then we've got guided missiles. Sure, why not? We'll have the guided missiles on the Battlestars. We'll have the nukes on the Manticores. And then we're just going to make sure that we've got the Viper Mark IIs and the Raptors on the Atlases. Okay. That seems pretty solid. So let's go ahead and get the wall as close as we can with the Atlases, because generally it seems they're rather slow, and I don't want to have to worry about trying to get them closer over time, and they're just not able to get broadsides into the enemy at all. We've got our Jupiter up front. We've got the Artemis to maybe weave its way in between. I'm definitely going to want to make sure that we've got our Manticores as high as possible, and I think we're good. So let's go in and proceed. The Battle of Zeus, how fitting. A battle of the Greek gods.
Prepared to jump in
And
3,
Silas Nash is
2,
here.
1.
There they are. Atlas stack. Double Manticore. And there's the Galactica. All right. I mean, they've actually got help this time. That's excellent. So, I guess first things first, let's just make sure that we can all be in the appropriate... We'll get our Manticores the appropriate stance. So we're going to move into a defensive posture so we can get the maximum Dreadus range. And we're going to select one at a time. So let's go and bring our Manticore to climb.
So say we all.
And we're going to do a little bit of the same with the other. And we're just going to go in and split this group. It seems like we've got 6 incoming and we have 6 ourselves. So for our Atlases, we'll just start to slowly crank it on over.
So say we all.
And at the same time, launch all squadrons. We're going to have both of our battle stars launch all squadrons as well. Jupiter, stay low, and let us move. Here we go. We already have contact. There's a Nemesis in the distance on the lead, right behind an Arachne, a Nemesis, a Revenant, and a Talon, and a Talon. Okay, double Talon. We've got the Nemesis, we've got 2, we've got an Arachne, and we've got a Revenant. So, man, that Dreadus range is incredible. We might as well toss out the nukes early. We pop those Talons, they can't get any of their squadrons into the fight, right? Oh, actually, no, they're going to be up there already. We could just pop the Nemesis and avoid all of the hacking. We could, actually, you know, the Arachne's pretty devastating, so maybe we'll focus in there. So, now that we've got that contact, maybe I'm actually going to crank it over and climb. We'll go in and fire a nuke, and we're going to send it right at the Arachne. And then all the tough nuts to crack. Let's go in and boost thrusters. We're going to branch off to the left and toss a nuke right into the Revenant to help us out there.
So say we all.
And we're going to just take it in right down the middle. So get our Atlas carriers, square off with the enemy. And we're good. And then we've got our battle stars, and we're just going to cruise on in. Actually, I'm going to go in and boost this just momentarily so we can get in line with our carriers. And then all of our Viper Mark IIs, we're going to go ahead and select target and focus right in on the Raider prototype squadron. And now I think we should proceed. So here we go. So we should see those nukes depart soon enough. All right, we're coming on in. There they go. Man, it's been a while. So right now we've got 3 Raider prototype squadrons coming on in, I believe. Oh, actually, no, that's 1 and 1. So 2. That makes sense. That makes sense. No one's really intercepting this. So I'm going to go in and take 4, and I'm going to peel off. So they're currently intercepting 1 squadron. We'll do 4 and 4, and that should hopefully allow us to stymie their advance. And right now we're currently boosting. That's fine. I'm just going to go in and stay far out and wide, and then we're going to go in and boost here now that we're so close to the enemy, and far out and wide like so. And then I suppose I should probably start to turn these Atlases over. So we're going to stay in a neutral posture just so that we can get those broadsides set. There we are. And then the Jupiters, I think the Jupiter, I'm going to switch over to an offensive posture now. And we'll just kind of aim ourselves towards the Arachne. So focus fire on the Arachne. And we're going to do the same. Although I feel like I should probably boost with the Artemis Battlestar. And we're going to focus fire on the Arachne. More importantly, they both have guided munitions. We'll fire munitions directly into the Arachne. And those will hopefully hit and follow up with that nuke, right? And I think that's going to be pretty good. What we can do, that'll be interesting to board the Revenant. How's that going to work? What if we take our Raptor? I've never done that before. We can take all 3 Raptors and say we want you to board, let's say, the Revenant, yeah? All right, here we go. Because that's going to reduce their accuracy, it looks like, right? Is that right? Minus 15 accuracy, minus to the repair subsystems, minus 20 processing power on Cylon ships. I guess that's more of a Nemesis thing, but let's see how this goes. Incoming.
Fighter squadron is taking fire.
There go the nukes. Good impact.
Missiles
His left
incoming.
is breached. 43 remaining. Good impact on the front. Excellent. Let's go ahead and crank in and relay some of our firepower to the rest of the team here. So offensive posture, turn in, and we're going to go in and focus right on that Revenant just in case. And if not, we'll naturally switch on over to the Talon, right? So focus on the Revenant here. We're currently undergoing a hack. So we're going to come on, go to a defensive posture. We're going to crank it around and climb and go toe to toe. Focus right there. And how are we doing with our Raider Prototype Squadrons 19 out here? And I guess we'll just continue. I mean, we can probably focus fire. We'll go into an offensive posture, focus fire right onto the Arachne. And we're going to do the same with our gents here. So, and they're already focused on the Arachne. Perfect. And go. All right, good hits, good
Manticore
hits.
is taking damage.
Arachne is down. Fantastic. Natural shift to the Revenant. And Revenant is down. Fantastic. The two main threats are off the field. The Nemesis are pretty dastardly. So we're going to go in and crank over to them.
Commander.
We're going to focus on the closest Nemesis right here. Our munitions are on cooldown. We've got the Atlas carrier. Let's go in and give our broadside and try to focus on the closest Talon. We've got our Manticore. I mean, this is excellent. Alpha strike to the max.
Commander.
And focus right on that Talon. And so our rear is busted, right? I mean, we can fly right between them. And then hopefully the Nemesis is going to start to crank around. His bottom is open, so I would assume we're going to be able to hit them pretty hard. This one's under siege. This Talon right here is, oh my god, dead. How's this Nemesis? Nemesis at 38. The bottom's completely obliterated. The right and the rear are almost gone. We're still being hacked. Firewall's at 5. It's not looking good for that Manticore, but we're about to come from behind and hit him in a pincer. But we're going to go in and focus next on the Talon. I don't think the Atlas carriers are going to be able to help too much. We can try to go into a neutral posture and start to, I guess, get within range, but that's a little bit tough. And we're just going to continue to drive in and dive. And that should be good enough, right? Fire munitions, and we'll send it just to drop him out faster. And let's go. Look at him get wrecked. 13, 8. Yeah, that might have been overkill. Then the Talon. Talon's up. Yeah, that guy's gone. How are we doing? Manticore? I mean, I'm just going to boost and just fly right out of there. So he did the job.
Yes, sir.
He's been hit. He's been focused.
Manticore
just keep rolling.
Damage.
That Talon's done, and we've got one Nemesis remaining. All right, incoming guided munitions. This is the last of the Cylon. And he ain't no Mohican, right? He ain't no Mohican, so say we all. I mean, I don't even know if we have to change anything. I mean, I suppose I could potentially maybe hit something if I go ahead and extend our offensive capability, but just get in there. Let's do this. Hit him.
Missiles incoming.
How's this going? I mean, it's basically Manticore versus Nemesis, and there we go. Battlestar Artillery's coming into play. I mean, let's just let this roll. There's no point in changing it. That guy doesn't have long left for this world, and all the Viper Mark IIs are converging from every angle possible. Absolutely devastating. Fusillade of fire. And that is a wrap. Not bad for the first outing for BSG 75. What a battle group. My goodness. Very impressive. Good job, Silas Nash. You can tell it's not his first walk in the park. So it looks like we've defended all of the enemy movement on this turn, right? Oh, more. Oh yeah, Fleet Group Wanderer. A 7650 against an 1800 point fleet. And more importantly, against Gisela. Wow. Hang up your hat already. Auto resolve. There we go. Holy moly. And done. Perfect. Yeah, she basically coughed, looked the other way, and next thing you know, the Cylon fleet was gone. That's our girl. That's our girl. All right. Devastation. So are we building any ships? We are working on another Jupiter. I'd like to get more gunboats out. So let's go in and build a couple of Minotaurs. I'd also like to get some Rangers. And I suppose while I do like having all these Jupiters, they do cost a lot. So, I mean, I suppose I'd like to maybe queue up a frigate as well, right? So let's go in and just close that out. And we're going to take Gisela and we're going to send her into the optional right here. So she's immediately going to jump into combat. So confirm that jump. There it is. Fast mover. BSG 75 is going to hold position. Right now we fortified Zeus. We're not really getting a benefit out of that. Let's go in and take a look at the strength of their fleets out here. 188 in Geminon. I'd rather take Geminon. So let's go in and transfer over and head out to Geminon. And then we'll be able to fortify a proper planet or a proper colony. Sagittarian, +4 Tilium from unfortified colonies, +1 to Cylon FTL cooldowns. I mean, that's great. And then we're getting the reduction to supply costs and increased Tilium from fortified colonies. Right now, we are gaining 134 per turn. Vergen is faltering and Geminon is faltering. Well, we're sending Silas Nash out to Geminon. Vergen, huh? Helios Beta. I'm guessing that's this, right? Yeah, there's Helios Beta. That's Vergen. And Cylon Fleet 159 is how strong? 159 is 2,000. Oh, that's nothing. That's nothing. I mean, we could have Gisela move out here first and clean up, but I think we're going to get more of a benefit just clearing that. So let's end the turn.
Detected a base star group, sir. Battlestar group is engaging hostile.
Proceed. Interesting they didn't give us the opportunity to auto-resolve. That makes me wonder what's going on with that Cylon fleet. It said 2,000 points. We're bringing in like 6,900, so I think we're going to be all right. But at the same time, we didn't auto-resolve yet. We don't really need to change any of this. How many contacts? They're right behind us. Let's go ahead and alter our placement so that we are maybe a little bit farther away. So we have time to turn around and proceed. There we go. So at least we have time to turn around, put a broadside, and just stop the advance, right?
Fleet group is jumping in 3.
It's going to be interesting to just shoot off nukes and see if anyone survives. Immediately go into a defensive posture, send those nukes, turn the stack, and then we should be good to go. There's only 4 coming in against our 6. We have numerical superiority. We have, I would assume, superiority of firepower. I think we have a superior force in every way. Let's go in and launch all squadrons. We're going to go in and crank on over and dive.
Understood.
And present the left. We will rise just a little bit. There we go. Just help that stack so they don't crash. That would be very embarrassing. Come on up. We're going to a defensive posture. We're going to do the same thing here. It doesn't matter who detects the Cylons.
On it, Commander.
As long as we can detect them, we can send nukes, and that's all I care about. So I'm a simple bunny. What can I say? I'm a simple bunny. I just want to send nukes. Is that so bad, right? Is that so bad? Let's go and launch the Vipers.
Launching alert Vipers.
And we're going to go in and do the same with our Jupiter. We're just all doing the splits. So Viper. Understood. We're going to retain the Raptor for now and let us go. So there's the split. 4 unidentified contacts. I'm guessing this is a Nemesis. It's moving pretty rapidly, and it's kind of doing the scouting thing. We don't detect them yet. Even with our extended radius range, I would assume we're about to get contact or identify contacts. And at least we do have enough time and enough distance to turn, and now we have a proper broadside. We'll go in and just finish the rotation. Understood. Dive, and here make sure we dive as well.
So say we all.
And let us go. What do we have?
IFF confirms unit
Nemesis. Yes, we do have a Nemesis. We do have a Talon or some kind, because we've got an incoming squadron. We got Nemesis, probably double Nemesis, maybe double Talon, but I would expect to see a squadron by now, right? Let's go ahead and get all of the Raptors, or I'm sorry, all of the Viper Mark IIs. We're going to hit that Raider prototype squadron. I mean, same drill, same drill. We're switching over to an offensive posture, crank out a nuke, slam it into a Nemesis. We're going to go in and do the same. I mean, has the Nemesis ever really survived the nuke blast? I guess we're going to, for science it, maybe one will survive. Who knows? Atlas is not going to change. The Jupiters are going to crank in. Oh, probably should dive. And we're going to go ahead and send guided munitions. Actually, you know what? Let's hold on the guided munitions because I have no idea what's coming our way. I don't even want to focus fire because who knows? Who knows what's going to come our way? And then we'll just head right in and dive and we should be good, right? Yeah, here we go. So on the approach, 2 Nemesis. Interesting. We're getting incoming munitions of a sort of wandering variety. They don't look very guided. I don't know what that is. Maybe it's some kind of screening munition or something. That's odd. Very, very odd. And still don't have contact here. We did come into an offensive posture, so maybe it's time to switch back into a defensive one, and we'll continue to close that gap and try to identify them because we can't rightfully, you know, retaliate if we don't know what they are and anything about them. So I don't see any reason to change. Just keep going.
Unit identified.
There we go. We've got 3 Nemesis, 1 Talon. That's what. All right, incoming guided munitions for the Manticore. Impacts on the bottom. We've got 6 hull remaining. Good impact. That's an incoming nuke. This guy decided to run. That makes sense. That makes sense. Switch to an offensive posture. We're going to go ahead and come on in and focus right on the Nemesis, although he's about to have another present from the Bunny League, yeah? The Manticores are going to come into an offensive posture and we shall dive. Going to focus fire on the right Nemesis. There's 3 remaining. Artemis, guided missiles right into that Nemesis.
Missile tubes prepped.
We're going to send guided missiles right into the same Nemesis on the far right, and then we'll all converge on the Talons, the idea, right? I don't think the Atlases are going to do too much, but we'll come in on the oblique, and then hopefully if anyone decides to get kind of aggressive, they'll get blasted, right? So here we go. This guy's getting hit from above. He's done. That leaves 2 with 2 sets of guided munitions right in on that Nemesis, and we're descending upon the prey. Upon our prey. Well, I guess at this point, all we need to do is just focus 1 and 2. So we've got ourselves, is that an elite? Is that right? Do we have an elite here? Cylon elite. And we're going to send every last Viper right in on him.
Understood.
And I mean, that's pretty much it. And then everyone else is just going to focus right on the Nemesis, right? Like so. So focus fire right on the Nemesis. And that is a wrap. Here we go. Incoming. Huge impacts. Down to 21, and oh my god, he drops quickly. There it is. High 5. Very clean. I don't know why I didn't auto resolve that, but I'm glad we weren't in danger, right? This is Silas Nash after all, and it's the freaking Galactica. So I'm hoping that Gisela is going to have a more exciting engagement here. Here's Gisela. She's ready to go, and she's ready to escort. I believe in Gisela, but anyone's going to pull it off, it's going to be her. She is obviously well storied. She's very experienced. She's got a lot under her belt. She's got a brand new Kure, the Jupiter class Battlestar. There it is. So haven't fought with this composition yet, so we definitely need to double check everything. Obviously, this is a brand new Jupiter class. We're getting that Raptor. We're going to go in with the... Actually, let's see. She used to command the Ligurian. They came with all nukes. So let's do the same. She obviously loves the nuke. That's why I like her so much. So we're going to do the same. Why should we change, right? Veteran status. My gosh, that's right. Okay, so we've got a solid 8 coming in. So they outnumber us. It's unfortunate, but, you know, I guess we'll have to make do. Right now, we've got our Artemis here. Notice we don't really have the greatest advantage of the Manticore. So this is going to be a little bit interesting. So let's see how it goes. Come on, Gisela, you got this. There it is. The Kure, double Artemis, double Adamant, a Minotaur.
Rendezvous point established. Objective is waiting for arrival of evac.
Arrival of evac, as in we need to get our escort there. So here's the transport. And we need to time remaining 12 rounds, defend the diplomat. Oh, okay, interesting. Well, let's just turn and run. Now, obviously, we do need to keep it kind of close by. Have had a bit of an issue where I kind of left the transports alone, if I recall. So we want to make sure that we're at
Understood.
least ready. We are going to continue to dive and turn. We're going to have both of the frigates turn on the stack, and then we'll have the Minotaur actually go the opposite direction, give him the butt for a moment.
Understood.
And my hope is then we're going to get a little bit of space from the rest of the chaos and have some kind of a pincer-ish opportunity. In the meantime, we're going to go ahead and say launch all squadrons and end the turn. There we go. We need to run screen. This poor transport is trying to get the heck out of Dodge as rapidly as possible. They see incoming cavalry of the Cylon variety, and they're not having any of it, right? Come on, sir. You know you don't belong on this field. Just crank it out. Use all of your remaining potential energy just to get the heck out of Dodge. All right, Minotaurs diving. Adamants are a little bit close. Little bit close. Get that Jupiter on the nose. We're going to choke up a bit and dive.
Understood.
And we're going to do the same thing here. Choke up and dive with the Artemis Battlestars. Now, all of our Vipers, we're going to go ahead and send right into the lead. Actually, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and send it maybe into the mid line.
Yes, sir.
Just to get a better idea. So they're going to kind of scout for us because we really don't have any Manticores or anything like that. One of your ships will collide. All of our Artemises. Okay. Well, let's maybe come out a little bit more. And how's that? There it is. All right, contact. I'm seeing 3 squadrons come our way. First opening with a Revenant. We've got, actually, take that back. Make that 6. We've got 6 squadrons coming our way. My goodness. Okay. Well, you know what? I'm still going to try to stick together. We're going to send 4 and 4. So we're going to send 4 of the Viper Mark IIs right into this squadron right here. We're going to send these 4 Viper Mark IIs. We just don't want to break up. Even if they get the surround on us or something like that, the Battlestars can last a little bit. That's the one. There we go. So we're going to hit this squadron, that squadron, 4 and 4, and then hopefully we'll be able to eat up the enemy more rapidly, and then at that point split off and then peel all together. And there's strength in numbers, I would hope. And we're going to turn right into the Revenant and dive. In the meantime, the Adamants are moving into an offensive posture. They're just going to slow their roll, dive down, get the stack. I want that broadside available. And we're going to go in and fire munitions. Actually, we should probably do that one at a time. So nuke out. 1 to the Revenant right there, prepared. And then we'll hang on to the other ones. Jupiter is going to come on down. Offensive posture. Same with the Artemis. Now, the Revenant is strong on the front, if I recall. But obviously, he's going to get hit with a nuke, and then he won't be as strong on the front. Is my hope. So we'll have to see how that goes. And I think that's it. End turn. We'll hopefully be able to identify more as we go. There we go. Arachne right behind. That's pretty deadly. We've got 2 Revenants. We've got the Arachne. No impacts yet on the Revenant. We still have that nuke inbound. Okay, so the Arachne is kind of dangerous. The Minotaur will just try to drive in across, right across. So maybe we'll bring ourselves down. Probably should be in an offensive posture so we can actually reach the enemy. Although, actually, now that I'm thinking about it... No. Yeah, we'll already start firing. I was thinking getting closer and then opening up. So, like, boosting in or something like that, but that seems a little rough. We definitely need to avoid colliding. So, oh, man. I didn't really think this formation through too well. Let's see. Let's take a look at the Adamants right here. We're all crashing into each other. We could do a hard climb, which... is not the best for Battlestars, right?
So say we all.
And we could get our Adamants and just drop down. Maybe we can fly over. Like, just be... This is super danger close. Talk about chaos, yeah? Jupiter's diving. Yeah, we're about to get hit out that way, so I might turn
Yes,
on the
Commander.
oblique so that we can receive that incoming fire. And I guess if I turn like this,
So
so
say we
crank
all.
out like this and give the broadside, we might be able to send a flak wall out for anything coming our way, because there's an Arachne right there. I'd imagine he's going to start hitting, right? So as far as the other nuke, there's the bottom adamant. We can send the nuke, and we are very, very close to the enemy. I don't remember what side it came out of, but I'm going to go ahead and send that other nuke out to the Arachne. There we go. And then we've got the Jupiter. We're going to send a nuke out to the other Revenant like this. So one each. They all get one, right? And let's go ahead and just double check on the transport. We want them kind of close by,
Yes, Commander.
but not too close. Not too close. And go. All right, there's the nuke. Good hit.
Ship is being attacked.
The top is open. There's the next nuke. It
Hostile
hasn't blown
unit
up on us yet. Look how close our formation is. We're the hat on top of the adamants, and the adamants are hiding in the shade. That's amazing. Now, as far as our adamants, how their armor doing, left side of our... Is that the top adamant? Yeah, left side of the top adamant is looking a little bit weaker, but I'd imagine that we're actually receiving some fire on the battle stars now. Yeah, the Artemis, the Jupiter is the one. The Kure is the one that's been receiving the fire. Oh my god, we got a freaking Arachne right on top of us. All right, fair enough. Dive in with the Jupiter. I don't know if I'm going to break formation with the adamants yet. Something makes me want to peel off with a top adamant, but I think I'm going to hold course because these guys have a lot to deal with right now with no nukes coming in. The Minotaur is just going to keep going, scooting right under the Revenant and dumping into these two. We're going to aim right to bifurcate their position. And I suppose I'm going to start to come on the
it,
oblique.
Commander.
And we'll just kind of splay out a little bit. Both of our adamants are just going to continue to hold and dive. Maybe crank out like this and dive. And they both already dumped out their nukes. Our Artemises have not yet, right? So let's hold though. I'd like to get a little distance before sending out another nuke. We haven't really hit the Arachne yet. And off we go. So that Revenant is down. That Revenant is almost down. This Arachne has a solid breach on the right side. Excellent hit. There we go. 3 enemies down already. Double Arachne on the right side now. My goodness. Well, we can definitely give them the nukes. How many are remaining? We've got a Talon below. We've got double Arachne on the right side and 2 unidentified in the rear. Our Jupiter is still good. I think the rapidity of the
Yes,
losses helped us a great deal. So that's solid. I'm just going to go ahead and focus on the Arachne in front of us. This Artemis is actually going to continue on the splay. And then we'll go ahead and crank out 1 nuke at a time. How about that? We'll send one... do I want to be that close? Let's send it out this way. We're going to deal with this Arachne old-fashioned style. The front's already open, so we're going to go ahead and send a nuke out this way. And then I'm actually going to hit that Talon as well with a nuke, and we'll deal with whatever's in the back, even though I don't even know what they are yet. Just send that. There we go. Now all nukes have been deployed. That's feeling pretty good. I like that. And then we're going to come in on the oblique.
Yes, sir.
Just so that we can deal with this Arachne when he flies right by. Here we go. All right, check it. I want to see that launch. I want to see it clear and not hit us. That's right out the nose. There we go. Arachne's down. 2 nukes have been deployed. That's excellent. And our Artemis, the front is still at 58. That's phenomenal. This guy is open everywhere. So let's go ahead and reorient so we're not crashing, right? So we're going to go ahead and aim the Minotaur towards the outside, the very edge. We'll go ahead and crank the Artemis in towards whatever the heck that is. Same with the Jupiter. Line that up. And then we're just going to continue with the oblique. We're actually going to do a boost thruster. And we're going to get our adamants to just fly along the outside on the oblique. And I think that's going to be pretty good. I realize I haven't really checked on our Vipers at all. But apparently they're cleaning house. Because, I mean, there isn't much left here. Maybe we'll have them peel off to the rear as a force and go. There's the Arachne. Arachne down. Beautiful. No contact yet.
Hostile unit identified.
Hostile Talon
IFF
and Talon. All right, double Talon. Look at that massive Battlestar artillery salvo all at once. 3 of them just creaming the armor, melting it in the front of the Talon. That's incredible. we really don't need any help anymore. We're just going to continue to bombard and just watch these guys fall. Massive hits. Yeah, Viper's doing the work. Battlestar's doing the work. And that is a wrap. Look at that. 15 remaining. Oh, yeah, the diplomat. I should probably... we probably need to make sure that he's not blowing up in mines and stuff. And we shall continue. Obviously, we probably want to start turning around as well, because this guy's gone. So tell you what, just because we still have to last for another 4 rounds, let's turn already. So stop the boosting, actually, now that I think about it. And we're going to turn around together. And everyone's going to turn around, because it's very likely, I would imagine, that we're going to see more Cylons just drop in, no problem. And then we're all going to be in trouble because the transport's alone. The transport's going to be all alone, right? So there we go. One Talon down, other Talon down. Now we need to watch the transport. He's right here. Yeah, come back to us. Come back. Come back.
Sir,
Damn it. Gisella's got this. There it is. All right, two more on both sides. One Revenant, one Talon. Good thing we already started turning. That's excellent. Poor Talon. God help him. God help him. Get that Minotaur cranked over. We're going to dive in. Switch. He's already in an offensive posture that's perfect. I think those two can handle it already. So these two are going to focus right on the brand new Talon that's coming on in. We're going to go ahead and get the Vipers, and we're going to select a new target. That's going to be the Revenant in the distance.
Is confirmed.
And everyone else is going to deal with that guy. We are going to hard crank with the Adamant. So the right side, we got a right side. We've got a full broadside on that Revenant, because we actually have armor there, right? And then we'll just make sure that we're not on top of each other and colliding. And then we'll crank the Jupiter through, and we're going to crank the other Artemis through like that. Commander. And I think we should be good to go. Focus fire on the Revenant and send it. In the distance, the poor Talon is completely collapsing, just getting bombarded to heck. Initial barrage is starting to close with the Revenant. I will get these. Just keep cranking over. Keep cranking over. There it is. And I think we're good. Yeah, I don't think we need to change any of this, actually. There's a Talon. Talon's down. And this is the last. The Revenant.
Taking damage.
That's our left and our top. But they have no bottom. They have no bottom. What's going to collapse faster is the real question. Probably this guy. Probably that guy. I'm not even going to change the battle plan. No point. Just let him hit it. Massive devastation. There we go. High five. Beautiful. Beautiful job. And
Objective
no one's dead.
safe.
Excellent.
Well done, Commander.
Thank you very much. All right, so in theory, we get an Atlas carrier as well. Gisela can't really handle that right now. She's kind of maxed out in her command, but we can distribute that over to Fleet Group Security, no problem. There it is, a brand new free Atlas carrier. We're gonna go ahead and jump that over to Gnosis so that they can group up with Fleet Group Security. Fleet Group Wanderer is gonna hang out. I suppose there's Vergen. We should probably take that, so we're gonna jump immediately out to Vergen, like so. We're just going to hang out at Geminin. We've got good fortified positions right now. And I'm curious, can we make that jump out to the main? Like with Fleet Group Daedalus, is that possible? If we jump all the way to Marathon? No, we actually have to go from here. So would Battlestar Galactica, would the BSG-75 be able to jump from that position? They can. Okay, interesting. Good to know. So I don't think we're going to be doing Marathon today. We're going to hang out with Daedalus because it's currently building some ships, and those are going to start to appear over at Gnosis and allow us to reinforce Fleet Group Security. So let's do one more. We're going to do one more move. We're going to hit Cylon Fleet 159. We're going to maintain our fortified positions and have a central supply through Fleet Group Daedalus. And then next time, we can actually hit Helios Alpha and then daisy chain our way over to Marathon. So let's go ahead and end the turn.
Detected a Cylon strike fleet, sir.
and incoming. There are multiple fleets located at Gnosis. Which fleet should commit to a 6750 point battle? That would be Fleet Group Daedalus.
Battlestar
It's
group
been a
is under
while.
attack.
Auto resolve for Wanderer. Just drop that guy out. There it is. Colonial victory.
Action
Perfect.
stations.
And here
Set
it
conditions.
is. The very last one, and most appropriately, it's Damon Greeley, our best here with the Fleet Group Daedalus. So what do we have? The Daedalus shipyard. We've got the Viper Mark IIs as confirmation. Jupiter Battlestar. They've got the torpedoes. That's an interesting one, the Bastet. I would think that I don't know if I like that. I'm going to go with the guided missiles instead with the Bastet. Our Atlas carriers, we've got all of the Viper Mark IIs and the Raptors. The Rangers have all guided missiles. That's great. And we've got one nuke. Oh my god, we only have one nuke? I feel so undergunned. All right. Just kidding. Just kidding. All right, let's go ahead and take this. So we're going to do it from the top. Daedalus, we've got the Jupiter. Jupiter's going to be the closest right here. We're going to go ahead and grab our Atlas stack. That's great. Atlas on the bottom. And we're going to be as close as possible because they're slow as molasses. And then we're going to have our Rangers just cruising around along the backside. We have our Minotaur close by, ready to just split the enemy. And then I'm going to have the Manticore close by to detect. Actually, we'll have them right on the corner and proceed. One nuke. We only have one nuke. We need to make that one count, right? I haven't had the Cylon shoot it out of the sky yet. For some reason, I thought they might, but you know, you never know what's going to happen in these crazy, crazy times. So let's go ahead and just bank and climb. We'll square off with the Jupiter and we'll slow our roll. Hard dive. We're going to have our Minotaur dive and kind of start to come even. Atlas carriers are going to go straight in and are probably going to boost thrusters because they're slow as molasses, like I said. I don't know if that did anything. And then our Rangers are going to be shooting from the back and shooting over our heads. We'll go ahead and deploy. We've got the Daedalus, we've got the Jupiter, the Atlas carriers, we've got all of those. They're going to launch all of their squadrons and let us go. We should start to get contact off of the 10,000 radius range. Incoming Revenant, we've got 7 contacts. Incoming Arachne. All right, we know the targets. I actually want the Arachne gun first, believe it or not. So I am going to use the nuke on that. We're going to just keep peeling off. Offensive posture, toss the nuke, hit the Arachne, and go. I don't see squadrons yet. Oh, I stand corrected. There is one Raider squadron right on the back right of that Revenant. So let's go ahead and take all Mark IIs. We're going to hit that squadron. Oh yeah, Raider squadron, not a prototype Raider squadron. I don't remember the significance of that. And I suppose for our Rangers, let's go ahead and fire munitions right on the Revenant. Those are all guided missiles. So that's going to be 4 salvos of the stuff. And let's just end turn. We're still approaching. There they go. Nuke has been deployed towards the Arachne right here. And incoming 4 salvos of guided munitions on the Revenant. And we've got multiple squadrons. I think there's 5 of them. We've got 2 Raider squadrons. We've got 3 unidentified contacts and then 4 in reserve, plus whatever launched that initial Raider squadron. So that's going to be interesting to find out. We'll have our Manticore just switch on over. I realized I wasn't in a defensive posture, so our radius range is actually reduced at the moment. So now I've switched over to a defensive posture so we can identify as many of the enemies as possible and continue to actually hit them with munitions. The Jupiter's going to crank on the left oblique. We're going to have our Minotaur just drive straight down the middle. It's got guns like front, left, right, top, bottom. It's got guns everywhere, let's put it. And then we'll crank off with the Rangers. So we're just going to go ahead and peel off with the Rangers, and then we'll be back before they know it on the next. I guess our Atlas carriers can probably, let's not boost, switch to an offensive posture. We're going to go ahead and come out on the oblique, and then we'll just take targets of opportunity as they fly right in and go.
Confirms unit is hostile.
Okay, incoming. We've got, oh, a Cerberus in the back. Initial nuke to the Arachne. Here's the bombardment. Boom, good hit. Top's open. Revenant, top is open. All right, great. It's gonna make that a lot easier. So just to confirm, we've got an Arachne, we've got double Revenant. So double Arachne, double Revenant. We've got a Cerberus. That's where all those squadrons are coming in from. That's a lot. And then we've got 2 more in the back right, just to confirm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, which is the totality of their force, right? Let's go in and do an armor check for the moment. Our Minotaur is relatively good. We are untouched with our Jupiter. We have our Atlas carrier is relatively untouched. Seems pretty good. I'm going to continue to hit. I'm going to continue to hit that Revenant because it's sliding underneath our Battlestar, so they're not very effective. I mean, they're scraping the bottom and we can't get all our guns on them, especially our Battlestar artillery. So let's go ahead and focus and try to buy ourselves time to dive, and we're going to compensate by continuing to hit them from the top with the Rangers, right? So let's go in and just point in, fire, sweep off, point in, fire, sweep off, like that. So we'll go ahead and select both of the Rangers. We're gonna fire munitions right on that Revenant, the lead Revenant. We'll take 4 of the Vipers. We'll select that Raider squadron. You can see one of our Viper squadrons, this one has been reduced quite significantly. It's down by 20. We've got another Raider squadron right here. Let's go ahead and just separate like that. Our Raptors might be able to board. Let's go ahead and see if we can do it. We could potentially board this Arachne. I'd imagine it's going to collapse pretty rapidly. There's the Revenant, and then there's Cerberus. I'm actually going to get on that Cerberus and see what happens. So let's go ahead and just board that Cerberus. I've not really done that before. That's going to be kind of interesting. And is there any other munitions to send? The Rangers have been sending it. The Manticore sent the nuke. The Jupiter has not fired munitions. We'll go ahead and send this, I suppose, right at the Revenant as well.
Missile tubes prepped.
And I guess for focus fire, the Daedalus has already deployed. Our Jupiter's going to go ahead and focus fire on the Revenant. Our Atlases are going to focus fire on the Revenant. I don't see why they shouldn't. Our Minotaur is just going to shoot wherever. And then the Manticore is honestly just trying to detect everything. So I think we're okay. All right, here we go. Send it. They're dropping on that Revenant. Arachne's turning and banking and trying to get the top exposure out of the way. Yeah, I mean, they're doing a good job. That rotation is doing a kind of a keen thing. So this Arachne has a big hole in the top, right? So he hard banks over to the left, and you can see him start to tilt. So he's tilting the top away from the incoming fire, which is kind of nuts. Right now, our Minotaur is suffering heavily. Where are we stronger, the left or the right? Our right side's at 72, the left side's at 64. Our Jupiter is relatively untouched. Our Atlas carriers are relatively untouched. The bottom is taking more of a beating, but that's to be expected. And then our Rangers already sent their salvos. So let's go ahead and just peel off with the Rangers. I will, you know what, that's fine. They both can peel off that way. We'll have our Manticore. I mean, we should probably get in the fight as well. We can see, oh, we've got more Arachne in the back. I wonder if we have double Cerberus. Oh, this is a deadly fleet. My God. All right, switching over to an attack posture. We need to get into that fight. We're going to get the Manticore. We're going to go ahead and focus fire on the Arachne that's trying to get away. That works. The Minotaur, oh my gosh, we might lose the Minotaur potentially. I'm going to go ahead and go into an attack posture. We're going to crank over and try to blow right by the Revenant that's about to explode. We're driving towards that Arachne. The Jupiter, I'm going to switch over to an attack posture as well. I wasn't in one. Should have been. We don't really need the flak wall, I don't think, at the moment. And we're just going to drive the Atlas carriers right up the side. I don't even know if I necessarily want them to focus anywhere in particular. They're already hitting that Revenant. And let us go. That Revenant is done. We have the Arachne as next in line. I mean, it's about to lose all of its armor on the right side, and then it's going to collapse. This Arachne's cranking away. This Arachne's coming on in. They've got a ton of fighters out here. It's kind of scary. Our Raptors are already boarding. That's kind of nuts. So they're hampering things. And they do have double Cerberus. Oh my God. Okay, we actually have a pretty even force at the moment. That's a little scary. All right, Vipers. Man, they're all over the place. I'm not going to target the Arachne. Let's hit the Heavy Raiders.
Understood.
Wipe them out. I'm going to get 2 squadrons and peel off just to tussle with the rest.
Squadron target is
That
confirmed.
seems kind of silly, I think, because we're sending the majority against 1 Heavy Raider squadron, then 2 out this way. Honestly, I'm just sacrificing their numbers to screen, and then we'll be able to get out. But I want to drop this as quickly as possible. So, how are the Raptors? They're still boarded. That's great. We'll take it. They haven't even fired their rockets yet. Jupiter's still doing fine. No one's really attacked it yet. Just keep diving, and I suppose that Arachne's going to fall. Maybe I'll turn in towards the Cerberus.
Yes, Commander.
And try to maybe at least break level by the time we hit that. We're going to go ahead and change. No. Just keep focusing on the same. Our Minotaur is having big issues. Front, rear, I mean, golly. I mean, just try to dive off. Try to dive. Zigzagging back and forth at this point. And Rangers should be able to fire as well. So let's bring them back in. And we're going to fire munitions. Not on that Arachne. I'd actually like to help with the Revenant. I want him to drop and go.
Minotaur is taking damage.
Yeah, our Minotaur is having big issues.
Missiles incoming.
Good pop on the Arachne. Missiles into the bottom Atlas carrier. The bottom of the Atlas carrier is having some issues. Yeah, it's at 62, but it's taking all those hits there. I mean, it's a tanky boy. I think this engagement is going to be over before we have to worry too much about its durability. I mean, it's going to get kind of dicey, but I think it's going to be okay. The Manticore, I just wanted to descend. I wanted to focus actually on that Cerberus. Just keep hitting that thing. For our Rangers, they already did the job. I'm honestly, it's just slow our roll. Just choke it up a bit.
On it, Commander.
For the Jupiter, I mean, it's pretty much uncontested, so just keep driving in. We'll go in and fire guided missiles towards the Revenant, along with the 4 salvos going in already. Our Minotaur is falling. Our right is stronger, so I'm just going to continue to turn, and I'm actually going to go into a defensive posture and repair subsystems like that, so we're only using a minimal amount of our firepower. This Atlas carrier, I think, is going to be all right. I'm just going to continue. But I will have the bottom Atlas carrier, the Loki, go into a defensive posture just to reduce the damage that we are about to receive. And we are going to enter. Here we go.
Minotaur is taking
all
damage.
These missiles. How are we doing here? 49. Look at that collapse. Top's open. Our Minotaur is taking the hits on the bottom, but its hull's still in the green, and that's a plus. And our Manticore's okay. This is not horrible. It's not... I don't feel super comfortable. Our Minotaur is dying, but that's not too bad considering everything else going on. Let's go ahead and fire munitions, and we're going to go ahead and try to hit... I actually want to hit the Arachne. Maybe that Arachne, because that one's a little... Well, the rear is open up. I don't want it to get around us, though, and get away. But then again, that rear is opening up very rapidly, and then what we can do, let's go ahead and swing the Atlas carriers over to the left, give them the broadside, and then we can hit them in the butt. I think it's going to work. So I'm actually going to go ahead and send the munitions towards that Arachne in the rear. Speaking of which, let's get those Atlases. Let's go ahead and crank that over. We're going to do this and dive, and then this way, when this Arachne peels to the right, he's going to be right in that arc of fire. We've got our Jupiter still just doing a good job. I mean, I don't like the fact that it's above this Revenant, but that's why we're sending so many munitions, right?
Yes, Commander.
And our Manticore, let's just choke up, and we're gonna come on down, and I think that's it. Here we go.
Minotaur is taking damage.
Solid damage on the Revenant. Arachne. There we go. Revenant down. It's double Arachne, double Cerberus.
Atlas is taking damage.
How are we doing? Atlas took some damage. We're still good. How's our Minotaur? Minotaur's not so good. I think I'm going to peel the Minotaur off now. So let's start cranking it over. I mean, like, hard crank. We'll get repairs on... I do want to repair engineering instead. How are we doing with the squadrons right now? Arachne, Cerberus. Great, actually. Great job. So I might start just hitting this Cerberus right here to help out with the Minotaurs. We'll get the Rangers. They're going to go in and fire munitions. Oh, launchers are reloading still. We'll just choke back. The Minotaur is already cranking over. The Manticore is already doing its thing. The Atlas carriers are going to continue to give the right.
So say we all.
And then the Jupiter is just going to continue to drive straight through the middle of the Cerberuses right here. And I think that's good.
Atlas
so let's go.
Damage.
Atlas is good. Good hits. Right side's open. Haven't really done too much to this Arachne yet. We may need more help here. I may send munitions from the Ranger into that Arachne. This one right here. So let's go ahead and launch. Perfect. We'll get the Minotaur to continue to turn away. Pull out of the way. Jupiter just keep sailing forward. Just plow right into him. I am going to select to focus fire on the Arachne instead of the Cerberus. And I think that's it. There isn't too much to micromanage at the moment. Yeah. All right, good hits. There we go. Arachne down. Launching munitions towards the remaining Arachne. You can see the guns lighting up on the last Arachne. And this Cerberus has been opened up in multiple places. That's awesome. This is not bad. This is actually going a lot better than I thought. I was a little bit scared,
yes,
but not so much right now. Hit that Cerberus. Both Rangers can just chill. Minotaur's pulling away. And that's, yeah, I think that's it. We'll just let everything just take care of itself, right? This is the big one. I just want to make sure that Arachne's gone before we finish up with the Cerberus, but that's a lot of missiles. That is a lot of missiles. Cerberus is collapsing. Yeah. Everyone's naturally going to converge on the last Cerberus. All right, Cerberus is down. We're now converging on this Cerberus. This Arachne is about to get all the remainder of the munitions, and I think we've got a wrap at that point, and that will be it for Damon Greeley. No actual losses, which is great. We'll go and have the Rangers fire munitions. I'm going to target the Elite instead, and let's go. That's a good hit on the Arachne. Down to one, and he's done. Now, last target. Right here. Not looking so good for him. Not looking so good for him. And that's exactly what I like to see. Every last bit of the Colonial Fleet is now focused squarely on this gentleman. Oh boy. Oh boy. Yep, that'll do it. There it is. High five. Beautiful. Good job, Damon Greeley. Man, I missed this game. You know what? Let's watch the replay on that one. That is going to be a kicker. Here we go. All right, everyone's cranking on over so that they're facing the correct direction. All squadrons launched, moving to intercept Raider squadrons. Atlas carriers are skirting around the right side. We didn't know it yet, but we got double Cerberus. We've got 4 Arachnes, 2 Revenants, and a bunch of Raiders, heavy Raiders coming on in. There's that Minotaur. He's taken the majority of the beating early on. Big nuke. There it is from the Manticore. Our only nuke on this. It's got a big opening there. Vipers on the Revenant. Actually, they're fighting against the Raiders. Good Ranger salvos. And the first Revenant is down. Fantastic. Don't stop hitting him until he's no longer moving. Golly. It looks like they're doing a strafing run on the Cerberus, but they're not. Wow. Those, man, as slow as the Atlas carriers are, they take a mighty beating. A mighty beating. All from above. Last Revenant. Dear God. There he goes. So now we got 2 Arachne. 1 is peeling away. And we've got 2 Cerberus coming in. The Manticore's completely uncontested. All right, initial Arachne should be clear soon. And then we're going to try to hit the fleeing Arachne in the butt. But to no avail until the Rangers come in to finish the job. And the Rangers are so good. Their DPS is so high and so consistent. Because the enemy can't get away from the guided munitions. It's just incredible. And we start our run on the Cerberus simultaneously with the last Arachne. So there should be 3 available on the field right now. Cerberus is down. Arachne should fall soon. And everyone collapses on the last Cerberus. That's the last Arachne right there. Beautiful. Then it's 7-on-1. Okay, that's glory. That's glorious. Just like that. High five. Damon Greeley's the guy. My God. He's OG. You can't stop him. He's unstoppable, untouchable. My goodness. It's gonna be rough. Wow. Well, bunnies, thanks so much for hanging out with me. It's been a while since I've played, so I'm glad that we can at least warm up with an optional side mission and prepare for the final assault on Marathon. So hopefully you enjoyed yourself. I know I did. It's been great. I've forgotten how much I like this game, so it feels good to be back. If you enjoyed the video, please feel free to like, share, or comment down below. It helps us a great deal. I had a total blast. I hope you did as well. And I can't wait to get into the next one with you. Have a wonderful, wonderful night.